Up next is SMU and head coach Chad Morris. The Mustangs are 1-1 on the season. SMU played North Texas this past Saturday, and SMU won the game 31-13. Up next for the Mustangs will be Saturday at TCU, battling for the Iron Skillet. That will be an 8 p.m. Eastern Time start on FSN. Coach, thank you for joining us on the call this morning. If you could take a minute to tie up the win against North Texas, please, and tell us what you expect to see as you make the short trip over to Fort Worth to face TCU, please.
It was great to get our first win in this season, and a lot of excitement. I thought that our kids played well. I thought we definitely improved defensively from the week before, and we turned the ball over too much in the first half. Had an opportunity to really go in at halftime, probably up 21, but it didn't happen that way. Trailing going into the fourth quarter, was extremely proud of the way the players battled back and had to overcome some adversity, a couple of blunders in our special teams unit that cost us 2 field goals. But our guys had to find a way to win, and that was showed great progress in where we are. Obviously, we've got a great opponent we're going against this week, a big rival, and this is just a huge challenge for us, and another gauge, a measuring point for us and where we are with this program. So we look forward to the challenge, and got to have a great week of preparation.
We'll take questions for Coach Morris. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue. The operator will introduce you. And again, *1 for questions for Coach Morris, please. In the meantime, Coach, let me ask you the first one, if I may. You mentioned 2 weeks ago, after the game against Baylor, that you weren't terribly interested in moral victories. How important was you to get that first tangible victory under your belt as you head into this week's game against TCU?
Well, it was extremely important. I mean, that was this was a game that we felt like that we had to see. We would find out more about our football team after the week of Baylor than we would the week before Baylor, and we see how our guys responded. And had a good week of preparation. Guys played with really a lot of confidence, but to find a way to win in the fourth quarter was obviously a big turning point for us, and we just got to build on that. I mean, we're a long way from being where we want to be, but our guys are definitely working hard and stepping in the right direction.
And we can take the next question, please.
And we'll go to Shannon Green of the Orlando Sentinel.
Good morning, Coach. How are you doing today?
Good morning.
You hear coaches talk all the time about kids buying into culture, especially when new coaches come in like yourself. How can you really tell when the players have actually bought into the culture?
Well, I think it's a process. I think it's not just something you wake up and say, well, they've bought in. I think it's, as a head coach, every day I come to work, I've got to protect this culture. Every day I come to work, I got to define it. And I have to let it known every day this is what our expectations are, and we're not going to deviate from that. But just to see our players and how they respond, and especially in adverse situations, gives you an idea that, hey, look, we're at least moving in the right direction. I think our guys have shown that. They're demonstrating that both on and off the field. Doesn't mean that we're perfect. We're a long way from being that, but these guys have to understand exactly what our expectations are from them, and we said it over and over and over. You get what you inspect, not what you expect, and so it's a constant, it's a daily battle, and it's something that we take great pride in saying that this is our culture. We define it and hold these guys accountable to it.
What was the morale of the team like when you first took over?
Well, I think that obviously they were very low. The morale was not good. They had been told essentially how bad they were by everybody. And you got to remember, and I just found this out yesterday, it was, I believe, 665 days from the last time they won a home game here. And so for us to win a game 665 days later after the last one that they won, I think it was against UConn. I'm not for sure on that. I think that's what they were telling me last night. But Garrett Gilbert was a quarterback, and obviously I coached Garrett in high school, and so it was that's something. Winning is hard. It's hard to do at any level, and just to see the excitement on these guys' faces after they win, and celebrating in that locker room. You want to build on that. You want to try to, again, going back to our culture, saying how this is just a start, and we've got to expect this, every time we step out on the field.
Thanks, Coach.
Uh-huh.
And we'll go next to Ronnie Woodward of the Greenville Daily Reflector.
Hey, Coach, how are you?
Good morning.
Baylor and TCU seem, at least from afar, to be somewhat similar in the way they can score points and some of the things they do on offense. The fact that you just played Baylor recently, does that help you at all as far as preparing for TCU?
Well, I would say this. I think our non-conference schedule is as tough as anybody, definitely in our conference and in the country. And to know that we're playing, two top 5 teams the first 3 weeks of the season. So, does it help us that we've played against Baylor that week 1? It does. Obviously the speed of the game and our guys and how we competed. And so, but again, it still goes back to, and I keep saying it over and over and over, but our biggest opponent is ourselves, and we've got to learn how to play with great passion and great effort all the time. And we're learning that right now. And these guys are learning it, and we've got to challenge our guys weekly that this is our expectations, this is what we're inspecting on film, and this is how you do it. We've got a huge opponent this week, but really our biggest opponent is ourselves.
Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Uh-huh.
Coach, we thank you for your time this morning. Look forward to talking to you again next Monday.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is Coach Chad Morris from SMU. Again, the Mustangs face TCU Saturday for the Iron Skillet. That game will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox Sports Network.